We live in a land of fairy tales, turning a blind eye to the things that really ail us. We race down the tracks not realizing we're gonna run off the rails because we don't realize that our plans will fail. In our fairy tale lives, we've created this fairy tale God. We twist his words to fit our happy ending, and when things don't work out, we have the nerve to call him a fraud. In a church culture that overpreaches a pushover, unconditional, forgiving God and underpreaches the power his grace gives us to conquer the things that we ask forgiveness for, we've tricked ourselves into believing that this is a story and not a war. The Bible is not a storybook filled with magical tales from a land far away. It is the history and genealogy of how our faith was built up to current day. God is the same yesterday, today, and forever, but we treat him like he's some ancient character. So wake up and sleep no more. Open your eyes and fight this war. It's not too late. You can always begin. But if you stay numb and unaware, the enemy wins. If he can just distract you long enough to keep you from finding God's true love and grace, if he can keep your mind focused on trivial things, keep you from running this race, if he can keep you in ignorance, if he can keep you in your comfortable little box, he'll have you chasing every answer except the ones that will free you from your chains and locks. True, he may not win your soul if you've been saved by grace, but he can win your life and make you suffer through this race that you were built to run, and run with all your strength, and encourage those beside you who feel as though they might faint. You're like the child who was told in class that all he needed was a 50% to pass, so that's all he worked for, and he made it through school. But that work ethic stuck with him, and he became a fool. We were made for more. That's why we search for something to fill that emptiness. But we're searching for it in all the wrong places. And this, my friends, is madness. Forget the self-help books. Forget your 10-step plans. The only thing that is going to work is surrendering it into God's hands. Stop trying to fix yourself. You're not going to succeed. So turn your focus from yourself to the cross, and God will fulfill your every need. Jesus died to save you from sin, but then he rose from the dead so that you could live. So go out and be God's hands and feet and tell others of this God that they need to meet. It's a hard life to live, but it's supposed to be that way. For his word says, do not be surprised when persecution and trials come your way. But don't let that scare you away. Please do not settle in your little bubble. For in your comfort, you will find captivity, your empire turned to rubble. Is that what you want? Do you want to just scrape by? Just survive through life and all the while wondering why? You've said the sinner's prayer. That's it. You're done. You're in. Jesus will forgive you when you mess up and sin. Or do you want to live? Do you want his holy fire burning through your bones? His love overflowing from your mouth so all the world can know? Do you want to marvel at this God who takes you to strange places, whose miracles, signs, and wonders no media replaces? For wide is the road that leads to destruction, and many go down to it through the enemy's seduction. But narrow is the road that leads to life, and only few enter in it, but it's thanks to God's light. There is no middle road. There's no plan C. So choose your path. Choose it now, and choose it carefully.